So what does this mean for the future of those dreamers, the DACA program, and the ongoing legal efforts to eliminate it? Joining us tonight to discuss those issues is SAMAN NASSERI, immigration and criminal attorney, as well as an ICE and customs specialist. Mr. NASSERI, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
So first, Friday's ruling does open the program to new DACA applicants for the first time since 2017. Approximately how many people could now benefit from this?
Close to 500,000 is the projected number. I think the last tally was about almost 400,000, and it's probably even more than that of people who haven't come forward. This is a great victory for people who are advocates of DACA.
All right, and explain to us really what is DACA and what does it do?
It gives the opportunity to people who are brought here as children and they're undocumented here in the United States. They have a clean record, they pass the background checks, they're either in school or they've completed school, and they're of the sound age to now go and join the workforce or go to college. And this allows them to continue their education or to start a business or go to work legally here in the United States. And it provides checks on these people every 2 years to make sure they're complying with the terms of with DACA.
Okay, and you said close to 500,000 people could be impacted, maybe more because there may be people that just have not yet come forward. What have all of these potential DACA applicants been doing since that program was suspended 3 years ago?
And herein lies the problem. So you have some people who've had DACA and they've been renewing it. But for those people who haven't been able to get the benefits of DACA, they've been unfortunately having to work under the table. Some of them have worked odd jobs. A lot of them have been unemployed. And there are some that haven't even been able to finish their education if they wanted to apply for financial aid, go to college, because they can't get a social security number to go forward with the rest of their lives. And they were brought here as 3, 4, 5 years old. And they haven't been able to move forward. So a lot of them have been just hiding in the shadows and waiting to see what happens.
And let's look at this from the other side, though. So for people who say, you know what, these families needed to come here and do it the legal way, what is your response to that?
The kids didn't choose to come here illegally. You know, the parents brought them here. The children are here. There are people that are DACA recipients that are probably in your community, that are in your friends, your circle of friends, your circle of business, that you'd have no idea were DACA recipients. There are people who have been here since 2 years old, who've gone to high school with your children, have been to high school with you even, and you wouldn't even know that they're DACA recipients. So you can't look at someone and tell whether or not they're undocumented or not. This is an opportunity for people to be here, work, go to school, and contribute to the economy, contribute to society. And I don't see anything wrong with that. If people are going to be here and they want to contribute and do better and make themselves better, why can we tell them no? Who are we to tell them no?
All right, and we did hear, or I read that statement from the Department of Homeland Security. We know spokesman Chase Jennings criticized the judge's ruling. We know some states are asking that the program be declared unlawful. They want it terminated. So it's very possible that this is not the end of the story with DACA, right?
It is very possible, but for me personally, I think unlikely. I mean, look, I've spoken to a lot of Department of Homeland Security attorneys, officers with USCIS, attorneys that work in immigration court. Most everybody wants DACA here because it's an amazing solution that's not necessarily permanent. It's not a pathway to citizenship, but it closes out a lot of cases and loose ends for a lot of people. The people who don't want DACA here are just people who are anti-immigration policy to begin with. But having DACA is has such a positive effect on society and for people that are here undocumented, that for the majority of people want it here.
All right, Mr. SAMAN NASSERI, immigration and criminal attorney, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your knowledge with us tonight.
Thank you. Have a good night.